Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be showing you how we can remove this front plate. A lot of cars come with it, a lot of Teslas do, and some people don't like it. So I'm going to be showing you how you can remove it easily without damaging the paint on the front bumper. So the first thing we're going to do is remove these 3 screws, and then there are 2 more screws at the bottom that we're going to remove, which will remove at least the front plate. And then there's a holder on the back which is kind of like stuck with the very hard glue to the bumper. Now in some cases they do have screws, so we're gonna see if this one is screwed in or not. I'm not gonna be too happy if it is screwed in, because then I don't have a choice to just to leave this on. But let's go ahead and remove these 3 screws, and then the 2 screws at the bottom. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to remove these 3 screws, and then there are 2 screws at the bottom. So at the bottom you have these types of screws. So if you really look at it closer, these are, I don't know what they call it. This is definitely not the hex or whatever they call it. But I checked out whatever tools I had, none of them could open it. So there's a trick that you can open these is if you have this type of plier, all you have to do is just go from the bottom, and these screws are just right here, and just go and try to grab it like this as close as possible, and just try to turn it little by little. And then it took me a few tries, so because it's not, so you can't really grab it perfectly like this, but you grab it like this and it may slip, but if you get a good grip, it will turn a little bit. So just, it's just a matter of you finding the sweet spot where it would start turning. And it took me a few tries, but I was able to loosen. And once it's loose, you can just keep turning. And what I did was I kind of pushed from one side. Once it was loose, I just kept pushing one at a time, and it kept coming loose on me. And then you can just grab it and start opening it. So once those 2 were out, it's just 2 at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Now this is screwed into the plastic that is stuck to the bumper itself. So okay, so once you remove this whole thing will just come off. Now here's the tricky part, guys. You want to make sure there are no holes in them. So you can just look at it straight and make sure there are no screws, because it's very much possible that if this was installed later on after the fact, somebody bought the car, somebody, instead of gluing it up, it's possible that they can just screw it in. So I think this was done by the factory, so I don't see any screws on mine. And I can, if you look through the holes, you will see the shiny paint. If you don't see it, take a flashlight, shine it inside to make sure there are no holes. And then the reason is because if you start removing it and if you see holes on the bumper, I'd rather have the cover instead of having just holes on the bumper. So in my case, I don't see any holes, so I'm going to go ahead and start removing it. And so let me grab some tools, and then and a heat gun. That's something that will help you if you have a heat gun, because the heat gun will start loosening up the glue that is inside. It's a double-sided tape, very strong tape. And we'll see how it goes. So let me grab it. Okay, so I got my heat gun, and I can pretty much use any heat gun. Don't use a hair blower, that may not provide enough heat. Also, if you have these tools, these are plastic tools, that we can use to get the glue out, or something like this too will work. So make sure it's plastic, because you don't want to use any metal. I've seen some videos, people using screwdrivers and things like that to pry it out. Once you scratch it, guys, then you're gonna regret it. So why take shortcuts? So anyways, I'm gonna heat it up. You don't want to directly heat the paint too much, because it can definitely cause damage to the paint. So you're applying it to the plastic. Now, another smart thing is to heat this area a little bit more, so you can pry it right from here, and once you start lifting, you can heat up the other areas too. So let's see. Just use your fingers to lift as well. And apply light pressure, and you'll see it peeling off. So I think the heat was enough to loosen up the tape and start to peel off. Now don't yank it out, because you can damage the paint. So just apply nice and steady pressure. And I don't want to apply too much pressure from this side because it's going to put pressure on this. So you may want to do the same on the other side. And if you see a little bit of resistance, I don't see too much heat on this side, so I can feel it that is sticking a little bit more harder than it was on this side because we heated this area quite a bit. So I'm going to heat up just a little bit on this side, which will loosen up the glue. And the whole reason you don't want to put too much pressure on this side is because it's going to add stress on the paint, surface. So it's better if you lift it from all sides. You can see how I'm lifting it, and you can see the whole thing is already lifted. So now it's just a matter of me prying it nice and slow. And in fact, let me show you from top. So see how the glue is kind of coming off. You see. And it's better if you try to undo it right from the body paint, instead of breaking it from here. Otherwise, you're gonna have to peel this off, So as much as you can get off from the body is gonna be easier for you to remove that residue. That's why just take your time, because if you rush in, you're gonna be spending a lot more time removing the residue. Let's see it break. Broke right from here, but if I can keep peeling it off so it's still a little bit warm, and still get it out. Came out. So I know this area I'm gonna try to take it out later, but I can tackle this area nice and slow. Now another trick you can do is heat it up a little bit, right from top. Do not apply direct heat, because that's not good for the paint. Just enough to loosen up the glue. It just helps. You can see how it comes off. So little by little, peel off, take it slow, be patient, do not rush in, make your life a lot easier. You can see I got all this tape out in one shot. So this whole thing is out. Now the screws I was telling you about are these, so I had no screws in, which is great. Okay, so now let me show you from the front. Now it is a little bit dirty. Don't panic, we can always wash this off, this is not. So now all the glue is out, now it's just a matter of you washing this area. So a lot of people have sprays that can dissolve the dust and stuff like that. There are different methods you can do it. I do recommend the spray, which will eat up all the marks and scuffs that you have. And then you just want to polish this area so it's a nice clean front, but that is it, guys. The main purpose of me showing was how to remove the whole plate for a clean look. And this is nothing but just washing and cleaning and waxing, and then you're all done. So once you remove it, you may see residue like this all around, maybe showing the actual framework, and I'll show you an easy way to remove this. So if you have kerosene oil, this is just a regular Coleman kerosene from Walmart, and this thing will take this right off. So let's try this. You can see how it's removing the edges. Not much work. And that's it. Just came right off. So now I can just wipe it off and wax it and polish it. Okay, so all done. This is the final product. You can see, came out really nice. No marks, nothing. It's a very nice and sleek look. So guys, hopefully you like the video. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you.